Good afternoon. Welcome back to Deer Corner. Glad to see you're with me. We've been having a lot of rain, 5 days, 5 nights. Today the sun come out, so we spent a lot of time indoors. Did a lot of hunting, but there's times you couldn't see 30 feet in front of you. It was raining so hard. But we spent some time indoors, and one of the things that come about is, how do I decide placement on a deer stand? Well, there's 5 major steps I choose before I put a stand in that area. Now, I don't like climbing stands, so I put permanent stands up. But how do I choose? And I'll try to put these in order. And the first thing I look for is cover. I want the gnarliest, the thickest areas that a possum couldn't crawl through. Those areas seem to hold deer. And the thicker it is, the better. Because the deer will get in there and feel secure and safe. And on an earlier video I did, I showed myself we were walking down a path, and about 20 feet off the path in this thicket, a doe was standing. And I walked right by her. I filmed her and walked right by her. She sat there and watched me walk by. I went about 30 yards and turned around. Then she came out and crossed the path right behind me, but she felt safe. So cover, the thickest, the gnarliest area. Hopefully an acre or two. The thicker, the larger, the better, it will hold more deer. And then my thickest area you find, you look for the food source, whether it's backyards, gardens, long fields, your food plots, etc. You look for the food. Now, you also have to look for the food areas later in the year. So after I determine the cover and their food source, I look for the water. Because when it gets later in the deer season, the greenery's gone. Deer are running out of green supplement, which they get a lot of their moisture from through the summer. Close to 70 to 80% of their moisture they consume through what they eat. So in the deer season, in the later part of deer season, that water moisture content is pretty much gone because there's no greenery for the deer to consume moisture. So I look for the water source. Mud holes, in my case, are water holes, ponds, creeks, rivers, and I look for the water source. So then I cover, my food, my water source. And the jet's been flying pretty heavy today. Anyway, now wind direction, that's a key element. Not only wind direction for your scent, wind direction for the comfort of the deer. See, here in the mountain area, it's different than the lower part of the state of South Carolina. It's about 30 degrees difference. And your northwest slopes are pretty cold up here as far as comfort for the deer. And the deer have to burn more calories, more energy to stay warm. So the wind direction and what slope or hillside you're hunting is a difference, because you want to move to the southwest, southeast slope to where the sun and it's warmer and the deer don't have to burn as many calories. So you have to choose what area to hunt by the temperature when you get up. And that is a key element, wind direction, for comfort. Because there again, the comfort of the deer. So I know, I don't know if some of you have seen it, but I stopped and filmed here for a reason. It's right here, this little cedar tree. This wasn't here a week ago. So the deer are starting to rub pretty hard up here. And I got a rub right here, so I stopped the film here. But now you covered your cover area, your food, your water source, your wind direction, and then your key element, where to place your stand. Well, hopefully your cover area, your thick area, has more than one access or more than one exit. This will give you several areas to place a stand on the thicket. You don't want to place your stand in the thicket. You want to place your stand right before the thicket, the thick area. Therefore, you'll have a good clean shot of a deer exiting or entering that thick area. Because you do not want to put your stand inside that thicket. You want them deer to be as comfortable as possible when they enter and exit it. And then that comes into your other food source of placing your stand. See, that thicket will become a food source. They will be down in that area and they will be nipping all the buds and whatever they can nip off the new growth that's come up, almost as high as they can reach on branches. They'll nip the ends off of it in that thicket area. It also becomes a food source. And that's the other thing that follows is your water source. Due to the fact that they will be eating more dried food, nuts, branches, buds, etc., that they will have to go to water because they're not going to get the water out of that supplement they're eating on later in the season. So placement of your stand on the outside of that area will give you an advantage of the deer coming and going to the water hole or coming and going to the feeding area. And your wind direction is also involved in that. And so the distance of placing your stand. Now that's going to be on whether you're bow hunting or you're using a rifle or you're using a shotgun on your distance. Now I prefer a 4 and 5 o'clock degree on my stands on where the deer are passing through. That's comfortable. I don't like shooting straight down or on a flat shoot. So the angle of a 4 and 5 o'clock degree is suitable for me on where to place my stand. So I have that comfort. So as long as you get your cover figured out and your food that's coming in and out of that covered area figured out and their water figured out and the wind direction figured out, and then you place your stand and your stand distance figured out, and then you go ahead and put your stand in. Now this is the things I use on placing my stand, and I do not choose what stand I go to until the following morning. I will wake up, I'll see what wind direction, I'll see what the temperature is, I'll see what kind of moisture we got, and then I will choose what stand I go to according to that. So I hope this helps you, and please subscribe, hit the arrow, and I hope to see you soon. And please have a good, safe hunt.